Hello everyone and welcome back to another Figurehead Reviews video, and today we are taking a look at the Kaine Scarlet Spider from the new Marvel Legends Spider Build-A-Figure wave of figures. We have the Scarlet Spider here in the front window box. On the side we get some very cool artwork there, and same thing on that side. On the back we do have a very cool product shot as well as all the other figures needed in this wave to complete the Spider Build-A-Figure, and we get the read up top. The product of a failed Spider-Man cloning project, Kaine is an unstoppable villain who dons the suit of the Scarlet Spider. And on the bottom, of course, we do have the UPC code, so you can check with your local retailer to see if they have that in stock. But enough about that. Let's get this open and take a look at Kaine the Scarlet Spider. And here is Kaine out of the packaging, and I am really excited for this because I missed out and did not get the original Scarlet Spider figure that had come out years ago. I want to say around the same time as the Future Foundation, might have even been a variant to the Future Foundation figure. But I'm really excited that we get this version on that new Spider-Man 2099 body mold because, number one, I love the articulation in it. I love that it's a little bit of just a bigger body mold, a little bit stronger looking, a little more broad. I think it's got great articulation. Definitely a very cool looking figure. We don't get a ton of accessories with it. We do, of course, get the Build-A-Figure piece for the Spider Build-A-Figure, but we're going to look at that once we actually get all those figures and put him together. Before we jump into closer looks of the figure itself, we will take a look at the accessories he does come with, which is an alternate head and the alternate hands. And we have here the accessories that come with the Scarlet Spider. So we do get a pair of fisted hands. And yeah, I'm missing a little piece out of one of them there. No big deal. And then, of course, we do get the alternate unmasked head, which we're going to kind of take a look at actually when we do the closer looks on the body. But pretty standard for switching out the hands. So you pull it off right there at the peg, and you just pop in the other hand. You can see you get a good color match, and everything looks good. And for the head, again, nothing that we haven't seen before. It's just the standard ball joint, and there you go, pop it on. And here we have first the unmasked head sculpt for Kaine, and we can see it is the same head sculpt that we got with the Cosmic Spider-Man for the unmasked version there, and it's just essentially a bearded Peter Parker. And given that Kaine is a Peter Parker clone, it's not surprising that we would just reuse a Peter Parker head sculpt that already exists. Now, I don't know how well it's coming through on screen, but he does have a very sort of almost greenish hue to the skin tones that they added, and that of course is because he is a clone that is also losing his cohesion, so to speak. He's basically an unstable clone. And the glowing eyes, it looks to me, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks to me like they might be too far apart, that the eyes themselves were painted just slightly off of where the actual eyes might be. I don't know, I can't tell. But we've seen this head sculpt before. It is cool that they included it because I love the fact that we got a, this type of head sculpt with them. So let's go ahead and pop on the other head sculpt, and then we'll take a look at the rest of the body here. And here is his masked head sculpt, which is nothing too crazy. It's just essentially a black Spider-Man mask with smaller red painted eyes. But it came out looking very good, I think. Going down the rest of the figure, so this is using that Spider-Man 2099 mold, so we do get a little bit of a broader shoulder and chest there. The logo came out looking good. I did have a little bit of red peeking through on the shoulder where the two halves meet. That's kind of a bummer. And looks like we got a little spot. Yeah, that back spider could have been better, but it's on the back, so I'm not too worried about it. But overall, the line work looks good. And again, this is a great body mold. I think it's awesome looking. Again, he's a beefier looking Spider-Man. Now his hands, he does have on this fisted hand, and then on the other open palm, he does have the sting of Kaine, I think it was called, which is essentially just a bone-like protrusion that he uses to attack with. And then there's that fisted hand, the one that has the little spot missing. And there's really not a whole lot of paint going on the bottom because he's all red. So overall, I think, again, I love the use of the body mold for this figure. We get the stronger looking Kaine. And yeah, I just looks good. And checking out the scale here, we can see that Kaine does come in at just a little over 6 inches tall, so he does fall in line quite well with the rest of the Marvel Legends. Checking out his articulation, you do have a head that can go side to side, and he can bury his chin pretty far, and he can actually look up quite far as well. His arms do go up in, not too bad. Yeah, no, he can get it all the way to 90 degrees, so that's not bad. And of course he does have full rotation. He does have a butterfly joint on both of those arms, so he can get back pretty far and he can get forward pretty far. He does have, of course, a bicep swivel. There we go. He does, of course, have the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and he does have a hinge and rotation at the wrist. He does have a very nice ab crunch there, forwards and backwards. He does have waist swivel. His legs, not bad. Kicks very far forward, not so far back. He does have an upper thigh cut, double jointed knee, a boot rotation, and of course he does have an ankle hinge with ankle pivot. And for a quick size comparison, here is Kaine the Scarlet Spider next to Ben Reilly the Scarlet Spider, another clone of Peter Parker, and of course their creator, Jackal. And here he is standing next to Dr. Octopus, the only other figure in this wave that I've reviewed so far. And that about does it for this review, everyone. And yeah, overall, definitely worth it. This figure is awesome. I love the body mold. I hope this becomes the new standard body mold and replaces the Bucky Cap mold, because it's time for that to be replaced anyway. And if you missed out on the other Scarlet Spider Kaine version that was released a few years ago, definitely this is easily no-brainer to pick up, just because better articulation. I don't know about the paint because I didn't see it, but right there, the better articulation should be enough. And you do get some cool accessories. I love that we get the degeneration head with him that looks good, and it looks like it's a zombie head. Well, I don't want to go as far as say zombie, but very sickly head, and I think it's great and it works well for this. But anyway, like I said, that is it for the review, guys. If you like the review, please hit that like button down below. If you like the figure or have any comments on the video, please leave them down below. I always love reading your comments. And aside from that, I appreciate you watching the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos just like that. And other than that, have a great day.